Greetings. We are pleased to once again connect with you who have chosen to bring your light and awareness to Earth's ascension process. Know that if you read and relate to these messages we are referring to you. Trust that you are doing what you came to do even if it seems as though you are simply living an ordinary life. Many students of truth become programmed along the way to believe that spiritual work consists only of channeling, hands-on table work, healing rites and rituals, etc., and these things can be facets of it. However, the reality is that light work is just what it says it is, working to hold light. Trust that the divine plan is alive and well in spite of what seems to be a regression of world consciousness. The chaos is serving to jumpstart the awakening process for many who continue to live unempowered lives, never questioning or thinking for themselves and believing everything they are told. If the person doing the telling holds a position of authority in government, religion, education, or medical fields, their exposure to actions reflective of dense and long-hidden negative energies is causing them for the first time to actually acknowledge issues they have always chosen to ignore or deny in favor of continuing to live comfortably in their chosen belief system while never questioning the status quo they have long accepted as being normal and correct. Everyone, not just a select few called saints, sages, or gurus, are empowered beings of light in different phases of awakening to the realization of this. Some will need more lifetimes lived in third-dimensional energy and some have already achieved this state of consciousness, but all are on a journey of continuing spiritual awareness regardless of how they may be living their lives at this time. It can be no other way, because oneness is the only reality and is infinite. When the first spark of real truth touches and opens in consciousness, it causes a period of time in which the person feels emotionally and mentally traumatized. This cannot be avoided because there has been a shift in their state of consciousness, and the experience of suddenly realizing that everything they were taught and put their faith into is false shatters the foundation they had built and depended upon, leaving them floundering in confusion which quickly dissipates as awareness continues to unfold. Many things are waiting in the wings, soon to manifest and help increasingly more to awaken out of the eons long slumber they have endured, believing that they were just physical bodies, human beings living only one life and subject to anything and everything bad. Never forget that all are divine beings, expressions of one omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient God. We have frequently said this, but present times call for it to be reiterated. Resist nothing. It is not your job as light workers to save the world with three-dimensional solutions. Your job and what you came to do as evolved individuals is to hold the light by being the light. Because there is only one consciousness, the light you hold in your consciousness automatically assists and lifts those near or far able to align with that same energy. Enjoy the ordinary things of life. Take time to have a glass of wine, read a good book, laugh with friends, or walk in nature and talk to the trees. These things are just as spiritual as sitting in church listening to someone else's concepts of truth or engaging in prayers that beg and plead. The energy of joy is of a much higher resonance than that of I don't have. Give, give, give. Pour me. Be aware of your thoughts as you go about your day, staying anchored in truth as best you can. Energy is always attracted to energy it can align with, because energy is always seeking oneness and wholeness regardless of how dense or light the energy may be. The energies embodied in the world's collective consciousness are drawn to like energy held in the consciousness of individuals. A person who is overly concerned and fearful about health and disease will automatically attract thoughts and beliefs about health and disease, often creating them for themselves. A person who constantly thinks, worries, and gives power to issues of money will likewise attract concepts, beliefs, and experiences of lack and limitation and even abundance. It is the same for all beliefs, relationships, aging, etc. etc. Always remember that the three-dimensional thoughts that may flow to and through you are never personally yours, regardless of how intensely they may feel like yours. Many of them simply represent old habits because the mind has been trained through lifetimes to think certain types of thoughts. The power is not in rejecting unwanted thoughts, but rather by knowing that the only real thoughts that are personally yours are God's thoughts: abundance, health, harmony, peace, joy, completeness, love, etc. Speak to your mind, allowing it to become a partner instead of something to be resisted. Thoughts, some of which may shock you at times as you go about your day, have only whatever reality and power you give them. Many attempt to block out all thoughts when meditating, which isn't possible and causes the person to spend their meditation time solely trying to block out thoughts. Mediate in partnership with your mind, which is an avenue of awareness. Talk to it, allowing it to rest and listen with you, not against you, as you await silent awareness of your oneness with God. Allow the process, dear ones. Always know that there is a bigger picture unfolding other than what appearances may testify to. Your higher self is in charge of your evolution and knows what you are ready for and when, and will not allow experiences you are not yet spiritually prepared for in your evolutionary journey. Trust, knowing that Earth is not a material world filled with pain, problems, and evil people, but in reality is a spiritual universe peopled with sons and daughters of God. Always has been and always will be. Evolution is the process of awakening to this. We are the Arcturian group.